feel like there's so much information out there telling us what to do, what a productive day is, what is the best way to attract money into your life, and this and that, and the rituals and all this stuff. And I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
For me, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, whatever works for you doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, sure, you can share it, but I feel like a lot of people do try to like push it on other people. And
because
I
it's
think
how they make money sometimes. Hello everyone, welcome back to the motherfucking number one mental health. Wait, the motherfucking number one comedy podcast about mental health. Welcome back to Mental Chillness, everyone. I am your fairy buff. I feel like a father today. It's early morning, my voice is a lot deeper. I have a very buff mother with me. It's not Jules. Today is my first solo episode without Jules. So if you guys are caught up with last week's episode, it was our announcement that we parted ways as podcast partner, but she will always be our fairy buff mother. She will always be my OG co-host. But yeah, for today, I have Natalia. I was gonna say Nati, but
then you can call me Nati.
Yes, I have an old friend of the pod in the house. She is a fairy buff mother. She is a jump rope queen. This bitch is like so fucking. Her shit is so fast. Sometimes I watch her jump rope videos and I'm like, how does she do this? Like, how the fuck did she start dancing and like keeping to the beat? Because I've tried, bitch, and that shit is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, you have one?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay, so I will get into that later. But we have Natalia in the house.
Hi, nice to see you, Con.
Yes.
It's been a long time.
I know. Thank you
Really
so
nice.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching, if you guys are not watching on YouTube, please head over to YouTube at Mental Chillness for the full video so you can see how Natalia looks like, her beautiful face, and the setup. Let me know if this shit sound okay, because I've switched this shit around like 4 different times, and all I want to do is like align like the best sound quality to like the video quality, okay? And soon we will have a studio. Just manifest it with me. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good.
Yay,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We like to ask if you are mentally ill or chill right now.
I'm pretty chill.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it wasn't always like that.
No.
So
She's giving me like the eyes.
yeah,
What happened,
It
girl?
wasn't always like that. No, for real. Like I was thinking about that the other day because I had a conversation with one of my boss, like my boss, and like he knew how much anxiety I had and how much I was driving myself crazy.
Yeah.
But then I've been thinking about it. And I'm like, holy crap! I don't feel like that anymore.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that was like a weird feeling, but like felt good because I didn't have to think about that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and so it feels really good because I haven't felt this way in a really long time. I think it always has to stay with your affirmations, like what you say to yourself, like, hey, I'm anxiety, I feel stressed, I feel this, I feel that. Like if you read too much into that, at some point you really do feel that way.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing for the past many long years. And so I just feel like lately I do feel chill. I really do.
I love that for you.
Time in a long time.
Oh, I love
So
that for you.
it feels good. It feels more like relaxed.
Yes.
Like my mind is clear and I'm just making room for the things that I'm meant to be doing in this life. So I feel it's weird, but it feels good.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's awesome. So we have known each other for a long ass time. Shout out to fucking Planet Smoothie, bitch. That's how we went to school together, but then we worked there after we graduated high school. We used to work there with 2 for 2, a former friend and guest of the pod. Dude, all I remember from Planet Smoothies is the amount of food I was stealing from there. Holy fuck, every day I would just go in there, make 3 smoothies for fun. I was literally like, I am the fucking like stealing from the company and the cooperation bitch. I run that shit. Because I would show up, that was my breakfast, lunch, dinner. I worked 2 jobs, so I was like snack, snack, snack. And I would literally like always eat the fucking zucchini bread, the fucking chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude. Sorry, Planet Smoothies.
I'm sorry, I did too. I think everybody did.
Hell
Because,
yeah.
I mean, they allowed us technically, like, they said you can have a smoothie and you can have the little wrap thing.
Yes, oh my god, and there were wraps.
The wraps.
Oh, bitch.
I mean, me and 222 will always go ham
Yo,
on those
listen,
things. Like,
I wasn't really ever that good at making smoothies, but I was great at eating their food. Like, I think I ate more than the customers.
honestly, I did too. I made so many smoothies, and I feel like I really had breakfast there.
Hell yeah.
And lunch.
Dude.
Both.
That was an insane like era of my life because I was literally like, I didn't go to school directly after I graduated, so, and I always wanted to work, but my parents never let me. So my first job was at Nike when I was 17, and then shortly after I got Planet Smoothie to work 2 jobs for some fucking reason, who knows. I was working $8.30 was what I was getting paid, bitch.
Like,
Literally, I would just do like a double shift every day, like, but for what? I don't know.
but that's the thing. At that point, that was okay for
Yeah.
some reason. Like, you didn't think about the economy or how much money you were making. You
I
just thought you
know.
were making money.
And then this is the dumbest part is that even though I had 2 jobs and I wasn't paying bills or nothing, I didn't know how to keep that money at all. I was getting paid like deadass. I was getting paid like probably like $400, $600, and then like immediately like
Gone.
probably going into like some gym shit because at that time I was like a fucking gym bro.
You
like
I
yo, I was like, you remember
damn, this girl.
do you remember the supplement store that was right next
Yeah,
to it?
next to
I
it.
started working there too. Yeah, I worked there for a little bit, bitch.
Did you replace that with Nike or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after Nike was when I started working in restaurants and stuff. But oh my god, that was such a weird time in my
I remember
life.
you were beast though. Like, you still are. Like, I remember.
Dude,
like,
now you
this
you
woman-
jump rope and lift weights. I like watching you, and every time I see your little like flexing videos, I'm like, yes, bitch, I know that feeling.
I know. It's honestly a really beautiful feeling because I never did. I feel like I fell in love with the gym once I started doing upper body.
Yes. This is oh my
Like,
god.
really.
You know how many girls right now have been like telling me, this makes me so happy. First of all, seeing girls flexing their upper body. Second of all, girls telling me that they enjoy doing upper body sometimes more than lower body.
I do.
And I'm like, oh my god, that makes me so happy because when I started working out, we were still in like school. So
Yeah.
I was like very young. I started working out at like 14.
Are you younger than me?
I'm 24.
I'm 25.
Okay.
I guess you graduated
A year after.
2014? Okay.
No, I
No,
16.
16.
Yours 15.
15,
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you were still in
Yeah,
school.
I was really young. My first job, I fucking got my first paycheck and I went to Planet Fitness and I quit the gym membership that my parents were paying for because when I was a kid, I begged them to pay $10. I was like, this is a reasonable thing I'm asking. I don't ask for anything else. This is a reasonable thing I'm asking. Just pay $10 a month for me to go to the gym. So they did, and they thought I was like this fucking crackhead, and they hated it so much.
Really?
Yeah, because once I started making money, I went to LA Fitness because I was like, I need a real gym.
Yeah.
Bitch. I became like this fucking meathead. My parents were like, stop, please. I was like, no. But yeah, but I don't even know how I got into that. But yeah, when I started working out, that was still when girls were kind of being hated on for being bulky and being like lifting
It was
heavies.
different
Exactly.
back
And nobody was working upper body. Like the ideal body was like leg day every day, thick thighs, all this shit.
Cardio.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like because I have a very like my nature is like very rebellious no matter who it is against. Like if you say one thing like and I don't agree with it, I'm gonna go another. So like I have never cared about being buff or looking bulky or whatever because like in my mind I'm like you're not telling me shit. I chose to be this way.
Yeah.
I chose to be this way. Like, you don't, and like, first of all, I chose to be this way. Second of all, it doesn't just take like 3 days in the gym for you to look bulky. That shit is hard as fuck.
It's hard.
So I'm glad that everybody's realizing that like lifting weights is awesome.
It's awesome.
But exactly.
I love it.
I love that.
Honestly, I loved it. Like I said, like I really did fell in love with it, the gym itself, just because I began to do upper body and something in me changed.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow, like that's different about me. When I look at myself in the mirror, I'm looking a little bit of definition, growing and growing. You get obsessed with that, you know, and you also, it does something to you mentally that I really just enjoy, and it just got me to be like really fall in love with the gym. Which,
that's so awesome.
I don't know, I really, I'm there. Like, anytime I don't go, I'm like, man, I could have done.
Yeah.
I could do back day today. So I'm like,
that's awesome. That's exciting. I haven't worked out in 2 weeks because I injured myself. Anytime I'm close to like fucking my PRs again, like some shit just happens. So I did like a headstand after like a really like heavy workout, and I was already exhausted, but I didn't listen to my body. So my neck just cracked wrong when I was up in the air.
While you were doing it?
Oh. Yeah, so my shit, I couldn't like turn for the longest time. Like I still feel shit in my neck. So I just didn't work out. And I feel like so sad because when I get sad, I don't eat either. So literally I've eaten probably like 3 meals within the past like 5 days.
What?
I know. I never want people to look at me and be like, wow, she looks good, and think that I'm like all healthy. Like I always want to be transparent with how I'm taking care of myself, because I'm not. And I don't want people to have like a perception of whatever, because like you need to understand like how your body works, and like everyone is different and all of this shit. So I'm like a depressive non-eater. So I haven't worked out or go to the gym, and every day I'm like, where's my ass? Where is my glute pump? Like, it's the only thing that is like fulfilling me in life. Like,
but I'm gonna tell you something. I feel like we go through transitions. Like we will always go through transitions like that. Like I feel like that a little bit now, because I was gaining weight finally, and I was hitting my macros. I was hitting my protein, and then I got sick, and then I was moving in the process, and I was out of the gym for a week and a half.
Damn.
And after that, honestly, it messed me up a little bit. Like mentally, I'm like, well, I don't want to really like go work out.
Yeah, because you're falling into the other side of it.
You fall into the other side, and then, you know, but also, we can go back.
Yes.
You know, it's not over.
Yeah.
So it's like we go through those transitions here and there. We can expect them to happen.
Yeah.
But then you can always come back.
Exactly.
You know, stronger. But it's like you have to be determined to work harder and not associate it with like, you knew you were gonna fall off.
Exactly.
And that's like when the darkness begins. Like you don't want to give in too much into that. Like I have.
Yeah.
And that happened to me like literally less than a month ago.
Yeah.
You know. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna start tracking my macros again. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing that. And little by little, everything began to being put together.
Yeah.
You know, I don't expect it to go back how I used to be.
Yeah.
In a day.
Exactly.
Or 2 days. Like it takes some time. Like it's okay.
Exactly.
But we will always go through those transitions. Like you're gonna bounce back.
Hell yeah.
You know,
and
you always do.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I do, something I've learned along the way of like all the years is that like how I treat myself after hiatuses and stuff. So I used to be like a fucking crackhead, like gym on vacation, all these different things, right? I still work out on vacations now, but it's purely because I enjoy it being a part of my day. But before, it was like this thing where I was in a different place, right? I was a young kid who found something that like I was obsessed with, and I had so much time to be invested in it. So that's why all day, every day, I was like this and that. And that's how I am the way that I am now, right? I'm grateful for all of that. But now I'm like in a different place. And so I have learned to understand that like, first of all, not one setback isn't all setbacks. Yes. Because I used to always like have this weird fucking, I feel like I'm just now unlearning this thing, but I always just set things up to be like this perfect, like 10 out of 10, like scenario, and if one thing doesn't go right, we're scratching it, we're taking a week off, and then we're starting. You know, 5 minutes, about 5 minutes a day. Like, I need 5 minutes a day. But like now I've learned to like, okay, if that didn't go right, what else can I do? You know, like I have learned that, and then I've also learned that like my body is so awesome. My body is so strong. If I just give my body the time off that it needs, it will learn to do what it needs to do again.
Yeah.
And I've learned that like, it's not that I want to go back, I want to go forward. I don't necessarily want to go, I got stuck on that for so long because when I was like 18, 19, fucking dude, I was lifting like 275, 295. I literally was so close to like 300 pounds. And in my mind, I was always caught up in like, as long as, if I keep losing my strength, but as long as I can lift 225, I'll be fine. And then 225 slipped from me, and then I kept getting stuck on going back, right? And then like I finally unlocked it years later. Like this is the closest I've ever been to 225 again, and it's because I've taken so much time. Like I track my workouts, and on the top it says intention and goal for the year. Have fun with working out again. And by doing that, like by being so like easy on myself and not beating myself up, it has helped me progress so
much more.
Yeah, and smoother. And less painful.
Like less painful in your brain.
Yeah,
too. Like,
literally.
you know, I had a similar experience with that, but my thing was with cardio.
No.
And when I first...
Bitch, don't talk about cardio.
Dude, no.
I am the no cardio queen.
No, like I'm telling you, back in high school when I first like got into like working out and all that, because I was in band, and they always made me run, and I hated it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna become the cardio queen now because everybody tells me that I need to do this and that, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, it got to a point where I got really obsessed with cardio, but it was like weird because like no matter where I was, like I had like this weird craving of having to work out, because if I don't, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or like something, I'm gonna be not right. It got to a point where I was working out 2 to 3 times a day.
Damn.
Like I would wake up, do a workout in my room.
That's crazy.
Then I would go to PE class, and then after.
Oh wait, I did the same shit. Oh my god, I did the same shit because I was in wrestling and weightlifting. So I would literally wake up, go to school, go to 2 practices with warm-ups, runs, lifting, and everything. Go home, walk to Planet Fitness, do an entire workout, run back home. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. So I began to do that every single day, and I lost my period for a year. Really?
I don't have my period. Part of it is because of like birth control, but another part, I haven't had my period in years. Like years. I went for a long time. My body just didn't have enough like body fat, and
that's what I'm saying. That's
I
what
worked
happened.
out a lot. Yeah.
That's what happened.
And I realized I was like, oh, okay. I kept asking the doctor. I'm like, am I okay? And she was like, yeah, I mean, you know, everything looks fine. And then I realized I was like, oh, it's because I'm having such a hard time putting on weight. Like
that's what happened to me, but I wanted to lose the weight.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. That's exactly what happened. Like my mentality was like I want to lose the weight. For some reason, I was already like skinny.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like sometimes you can look at yourself and think something completely different,
super
which is scary.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. I didn't have my period for a year, and that's when I realized, holy crap! Like, what am I doing? You know? But then, you know, I got over it, you know, and then I got my period again, like, because the doctor was like, you gotta, like, slow the heck down. Like, you telling me you're working out 3 times a day? And I'm like...
He's like, for what?
Yeah.
For what?
Like, he was asking me, like, why? Like, I don't know, I just got obsessed. It's like the only thing I could do at that point, and that I was good at and excelled at and got attention from. And well, I don't know, I just kind of ran with it, you know, and that also like kind of brings me back to today, you know, because for example, when I first started jump roping, it was like the only thing I got attention for, you know, because it was the first time I put myself out there, and I did other things, but nobody knew that because I decided to only put out jump rope content, and then in the beginning was always like, my God, I gotta keep putting content. And it wasn't that fun in the very beginning.
Yeah.
But then when I began to just have fun, like you, that was the standard.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
That's when everything began to become really, really fun. And like I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed teaching it even, because I thought in the beginning, like, can I teach this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, could I teach this?
Dude, hell yeah.
It's just that self-belief as well. So I think that, I don't know, when you have fun, like anything really is possible. You get to see yourself in a different side.
Exactly.
You get to appreciate yourself.
And you're kind of healing yourself, but also that is literally the entire point of life. Yeah. The entire point of life is to literally have fun. Have fun doing like the little things. The more I grow up, the more I realize that like none of this shit really matters. Like, because as long as I get to see my family, have a good meal, take a nice walk, see a nice sunset, listen to good music, as long as the day to day is like at peace, I'm happy, I can't ask for anything else. Like, and the more I grow up and like, the more money I make, the more people I meet, the more things I pick up and all of these different things, I just keep realizing, like, especially right now, I'm in a space where I'm extremely introverted, like extremely, yeah, like I don't see nobody, but like, I just feel like, oh, like this is what I appreciate. Like this is literally the entire point. The entire point is that I get to stay home and bake a pie. Like, all I ever want to do is bake. Like, literally. I don't know why I started baking pies so much. It was like a thing I wanted to conquer, but now I'm like, okay, what other kind of pies can I make? Oh, but you know what the wildest shit is? What? So if you don't know, but most of you probably know because we are in like around the same area. We know pretty much like kind of the same people and stuff. If you don't know, Natalia is extremely popular online for her jump rope content because she's an incredible like jump roper. And you know what's so fucking crazy? What? So because I don't do cardio, I used to do cardio, like actual cardio, and then I learned that I don't fucking like it and I don't have to make myself do it. So I insert cardio in different ways of my workouts, right? I do a lot of functional things, I do a lot of things very high and fast reps and all these different shit just so that I don't have to run. Because I hate it. There you go. But in quarantine, and before quarantine actually, but mostly in quarantine, I picked up jump roping as my cardio because I wanted to conquer something. I wanted to conquer 3 things. 1, working on my calves. As an indirect way of working on my calves because I hated working on my calves. I am like the queen of like, I will not make myself do something that I don't want, but I will find every other way to make up for it. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing jump roping because of my calves and because of cardio, and I wanted to learn different tricks. So I got really good at like the simple shit at first, like double, triple, like crossing, and then like toads, all these different shit, right? And then tell me how, that was like also the era of everybody getting popular online for jump roping because we were in quarantine. Everybody was like, there was a huge community like really getting popular with it. Yeah. And so I'm like online following all these girls, and then I just go on Instagram and I'm seeing somebody's page and I look at it and it's you. And it's you jump roping. And I was like, holy shit, she's a jump roper. She's one of these jump rope girls. And literally, dude, I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking amazing. And then like, by the time that like, dude, I remember, I feel like I checked your page one day and it was like 41K. And I was like, this is so fucking awesome. 2 weeks later, I go on there. I think I like thought of you because I wanted to like learn a trick or something like that. So I went on your page again and it was like 100 something. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. I was like, this is so cool. And especially like someone so close, like to me, is like getting the recognition that they deserve. They're putting in the hard work and discipline. Like I see you being so consistent. It's like, I admire it. And I was like, I'm still rooting for it, like so much. And then I see like you doing like, what is it? Like, is it 1-up or first form or what?
Oh, first form?
I was like, oh my god.
Yes.
Dude, that's amazing. So, yeah, so check out Natalia for your jump rope needs. But
I didn't know that backstory.
Yeah, that's literally like, because I lost touch with a lot of different people in high school, I guess. Once I like deleted my old Instagram and then I just made a random new one. And I didn't really try to keep up with a lot of people. Eventually, I just found everyone. I also didn't know how to find them either.
I know.
I was like,
out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh my god.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, that's so cool.
That was like a whole lifetime ago.
I know.
And then like boom, she's there, and I'm like, that's so nice. Like how she's been doing. Like,
I know. That's literally how it was with you.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, how did you like originally like started jump roping? Like what made you fall in love so much with it?
Mm-hmm.
And then also like you dance along with like your jump rope routines and stuff. Like how did you get into that? Sorry guys, there's a fly around my head.
There's a fly. It comes like here and then there.
I know. There's been a fucking just one. Just one. And I just can't clap that. I can't clap him yet, but
yeah.
Anyways.
It's okay. So I started jump roping because of the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I literally, like a little backstory, like I had just graduated from UCF.
Mm-hmm.
I got my bachelor's in architecture, and
yeah, this bitch is like a whole artist and everything. When I knew her in Planet Smoothie, she was in school for architecture, and I was always like, how?
Yeah, and so I had just graduated, but I hadn't worked out in like 4 years.
Oh wow.
Like I completely lost touch with myself. Like from being a person that was obsessed with like working out, had a really big transition in the moment of doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty like sad, you know, like I wasn't taking care of myself. I would be that person that would literally eat so bad, would not even take care of myself mentally, and I would also put myself in relationships and situations that I knew weren't good for me, but I thought I deserved it, because if I'm doing so bad here, then it's okay to do other bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like I deserve that. It's okay. And so I was in a very bad spot.
That's wild. I just unpacked that with my therapist.
Really?
Yeah, like why I'm always so attracted to bad people, because originally when I was younger, we'll get into it, but yeah, so basically like when I was younger, I thought that like I was so far off with the relationship that I have with my family, and so in my mind, if my family didn't love and accept me, then like I will go elsewhere, and if elsewhere is like all these people that are taking advantage of me and manipulating me and whatever, if that's what I'm getting, then maybe that's what I deserve, because if I don't have that from my family, then I shouldn't have that from these people, and if this is what I'm getting, then maybe that's how I should be.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy
Exactly
that you say that.
And you know, the thing about me growing up is that I always wanted to be accepted. Accept me, but I feel like I made a lot of mistakes growing up that I let my family down in the process.
Yeah.
So my family, they were loving and kind and everything. They're amazing. But, you know, like the way that they say things, I felt excluded growing up. Like, because I was like the rebel one, or like I did whatever. Like, I was always the one that, like, you told me something, I'm gonna go the other way. And I challenged my mom a lot. She didn't like it all the time. Now she appreciates me for it because I gave her work.
Yeah.
My other sister still doesn't give her work. So I was the one that was constantly challenging her. But in the process, I put myself in situations that I wasn't supposed to be in. And so, you know, like she saw me suffer for many years, like in relationships or just doing dumb shit. And, you know, like, I guess I just grew up with like, I want to make them proud. You know, like, I want to make them proud. Like, I want them to look at me in a different way.
Yeah.
You know? And it took many years for that to happen because, you know, like, I wasn't perfect. I did dumb shit.
Yeah.
And
I know, but I'm like,
talking
are we
about
the same
this?
person?
So, like, you know, still to this day, like, I feel like the relationship's getting better, and that makes me so proud. But because I also changed, like, my standards changed, and I allowed myself to heal.
Yeah.
And crazy thing is that jump rope really allowed me to do that.
Hell yeah.
So that's like the backstory of it. my mom saw me like being depressed and sad for many years, and finally got out of the relationship that I was supposed to get out of many years ago. And you know, once I got out, I was alone, and I just graduated.
Yeah.
And then I was like feeling like crap. Like I haven't moved my body in the way that I love doing in a very long time. And then I found jump rope. And jump rope is how I found fun, how I found my smile, how I found peace.
Yeah.
I didn't have a video of me like in the floor, like in the middle of quarantine when you had so much time and life is so beautiful. And you're like, I'm like in the floor, like, I feel so much peace. Like, I haven't felt this in a long time. Like, what is this? And I share that, I put it out there. And people begin to like speak to me about things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I got obsessed with that part. Connecting with people.
Yes.
I realized, oh wow, if I talk about things and if I'm honest with my thoughts, I could also inspire people to do so in their own lives.
Yeah.
And that's what I love the most about when I put myself out there in jump rope. And so I began to do more videos and videos. But behind the scenes, like I was falling in love with myself.
Yes.
I was having fun. Like my heart felt lighter. Like, wow, like there's life after architecture. You know, there's life. Because I thought like architecture was everything. Because obviously I made it my life for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything other than that. So my identity was like, I have to do this. Do this and this and that. And there's nothing else about me. But I began to like appreciate a different side of me. And that's really what allowed me to just be here today. And like here today, like the person that I am today, like jump rope really like created like peace in my heart and in my life. My relationship with my parents began to get better because they saw it. Back then I was living with them, you know, in quarantine, everything. I wasn't married then. And they saw it and they told me. My mom told me.
That's
she was
gorgeous.
like, Natalia, we don't fight anymore. First, Natalia, you're so different. That gave me like, holy shit. I want this for the rest of my life. Like, I got it.
That's so beautiful.
I got a relationship with my mom. I'm not fighting her anymore. And my sisters like are talking to me about things. Wow, like that's a good feeling. You know, before they not even talk to me about nothing.
Yeah.
It was just two of them. Like they're like the same age. We're really only like 2 years apart, but they're like very cliquey. And like I was never included in anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was sad about that.
Yeah.
But my mom began to give me that recognition, like, you changed. And I love that. And you are like really becoming like who I knew you were. Like obviously like in the process of growing up, you go through many things. But she saw it, that I changed. And that was such an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Because that's all I ever wanted to do is just like make my mom proud.
Yeah.
Make my parents proud and see that I was healing inside. Because I was battling shit.
Yeah.
There was things that they didn't know. And when they saw it, it kind of just portrayed outside of me. Like I knew it inside, but like when people begin to tell you, that's when you know. Especially the people close to you.
Hell yeah.
You know, like your mom.
Exactly. Like the one person.
The one person I only care about.
Yeah.
The only person, because she knows. She went through it with everything with me.
Exactly.
She went through it with everything. Like my dad obviously knows because probably my mom tells him. But it's my mom. It's my mom.
Oh my god, we are the same person. It's kind of crazy. Like, I want to thank you for your tears. Just because I want to thank you for being, like, so vulnerable. Also, I found that I'm not the most, like, comforting, like, whatever person. And I think I'm just going to start thanking people when they cry now. Because I'm like, I know how that feels. So.
I felt heard.
Yeah.
Really, like, I honestly was talking and I felt really heard.
No, I completely understand how you feel. Like, I have... like kind of like similar experiences. I am just now like getting around to like, even though I had to move away from my parents to be able to like gather myself together and get closer to them and whatever, I feel like in the same way where your mom said, you are who I know you to be, it's like that's the one thing that I feel has given me so much like light and compassion to be able to reconnect with my parents, is knowing the struggle that they went through and knowing that my side of the story is that I suffered what I suffered through, and their side is always that they never knew, but they held space for me anyways. They waited for me anyways.
They waited for you.
Yeah, they still wanted the best for me. They let me go, you know?
Yes.
Like they just let me go. Like no matter how much I talk about how my parents were so strict growing up, this and that, I know they weren't that strict because they honestly they just saw me and they let me go. They kind of like out of sight out of mind a lot of things for me, knowing I was like fucking around, you know what I'm saying?
They knew,
of course. Like I put my parents through so much shit. Like I don't steal anymore because I got arrested when I was younger, and I made my mom a promise. I said I would never steal again for my mom, and I don't steal anymore. But like little shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something. When I met my husband, I wasn't like stealing like anything crazy, but like I would go to the supermarket and I wouldn't scan everything. Or if I had like 8 avocados, I would scan 5.
Yes.
You know, and my husband saw me that. Like we were dating only.
Yeah.
He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like I've been doing this for some time now.
Yeah.
Don't know where it comes from, but I've been doing it." And he's like, "Karma's gonna get you." He was like, "Karma's gonna get you. Like you're stealing this, but in some other area of your life, it's gonna get you."
Oh wow.
And I was like, "You know what? It's been getting me." You know, I was like,
she's like, "I've been feeling it, bitch."
I'm like, "I've been feeling it." And he was like, you stop doing that today."
Oh wow.
And he was like, "And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pay for your shit." He paid for it, and I never did it again.
Aww.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's also the people in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are they pushing you to be better?
Absolutely.
You know, like, so I have even been through. There's a lot of things people don't even know about. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, like, I'm pretty ashamed of.
Yeah, you don't choose to put it out there, and it's not nobody's business. It's your own like little growth moments behind.
Like first of all, nobody knows that. Only my husband. You know, but it's like those things. Like at some point, they do torment you.
Yeah.
You know, they create like this thing about you, like you are that way, you are this way, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's like life is also like you want to heal yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like. It's like, I don't want to be that person.
Exactly.
And that took a long time for me to not be that person. Or let go of that image. Because I knew I was not that person.
Yeah.
But I still lingered. That was like the scariest thing. Like it lingered. Like, if I gotta go back to that?
Yeah.
I had that scary feeling for like maybe a year. Am I gonna go back to that? Am I gonna go back to that?
It's a test always.
It's a test.
Oh my god, every time,
it's
bitch. Every time my bank account is $37 and I need to buy another eyebrow pencil and I go to Target and I'm like, do I scan? Do I not scan? Are they watching?
It's a test.
And then I'm like, whatever, I'll pay fucking $10 for this shit. You know what I'm saying? It is a test. That's so funny. That is so fucking funny. But so you enjoy like what you do, you enjoy connecting with people, but because you are like so, I wouldn't say that you're so online, but because that's how you connect with people is through your online platform. Do you ever feel like overwhelmed, or has there ever been like a moment of like hate comments or anything like that has ever swayed you?
Nah, to be honest, like no. I feel like when you grow a platform, but you also love what you do, and you stand 100% about what you're doing, you really don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
People said stuff about like my boobs, like I have no boobs, and I'm like, bro, you know what? I got over that in like 5th grade. Literally, like I got over that in 5th grade. You literally cannot hurt me.
Hell yeah.
You know, like the people say things, and I'm like, trust me, I already got over that. I already got that over that insecurity because I know all of my insecurities and I got through all of them, or I'm still working on them.
Yeah.
So
you are aware.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
So like for me, like no matter what anybody says anymore, it doesn't hurt me because I'm either working through it or I'm already healed.
Yeah.
And I think also like just putting myself out there in a way that I enjoy and that like feels true to myself, like that just gives me confidence.
Yes.
And so honestly, like I've had, of course, when you grow, you're gonna get like those dumb comments, but I don't get them as much or at all.
That's awesome. But you know what? I feel that like genuinely you see how happy you are watching you. Like I when I watch you like dance or like jump rope or anything that you put out, even like your little like video talking about your day or whatever it is, you see like genuine like happiness and joy in you, in your face, in the way that you move, like all of that shit. None of it is ever like staged or
I feel
you
it.
know, yeah.
It's a real feeling. Like
I think that's what attracts people to you, like authenticity and whatever. Like I feel that in the same way. I feel like the same about my podcast. Is like the way that I choose to like put it out, the way that I choose to run the social media, the content I choose to make, all of that shit. Like I really don't give a fuck about like the entire world. I give a fuck about like my little family. So whoever wants to join it is like the people that it's meant for, basically.
Yeah, it's not meant for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. But I don't know, life is so beautiful and I'm just happy that I'm able to feel this way. And I also just, you know, remind yourself like, hey, you were here at one point and this is you today.
Yeah.
That's an amazing feeling. So keep at it.
That's awesome.
You know, like don't give voice to the other voice.
Yeah.
Like give strength to this one because it's taking you places.
Yeah.
You know, that's been the biggest thing. Like I always knew that, but I always gave power to the other one.
Do you have like a self-talk routine? Like you talk to yourself out loud or no?
Honestly, like I pray a lot.
That's awesome. Do you have like a self-talk routine, a praying routine, something that you like, pep talk even?
Yeah, no, I do.
You
like
know?
I think, for example, when I notice I'm going into like a little, you know, like my thoughts are weird or I'm like falling in, I don't know, I'm just a little odd. I always know.
You're good.
Okay. I feel like I always know when there's something going on inside of me. I'm like, hold up. You were too much on social media.
You have different cues,
that
right?
That happens. I feel it. It's a feeling.
See.
It's a feeling. I'm like, I know. You know exactly what you did. You know, like
you,
not
bitch.
even like do not even talk to me about. Do not give me an excuse. You know, and I always know. So anytime I have those cues, I have like these centers of what keeps me going again. You know, like taking care of myself, jump rope. For example, anytime like I don't even know what the heck I'm thinking, like I'm just like all over the place. I play a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, like I do. I always do because if the positive voice isn't gonna come from me, might as well come from somebody else. You know, but that's one of the things that keeps me going. So I don't fall. You know, into a dark hole.
Yeah.
But I always know. I always know when there's something going on. And then I catch myself like with those cues and then keep myself going. That's really like, that's all I ask of myself. If you're ever feeling off, do something about it. Do something about it. It's to me, it's not okay to not do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, I did that for far too long and it got me nowhere. So that's like the one thing I know about myself. Like, no matter what, I'm gonna get myself out. Like I have done many times before because I have the ability to do so.
Yep. Self-belief and like self-trust. And I feel that you have like, it's funny that everybody, I feel like this meme is, or like this post has been going around that like you have to be like a little delusional, but like truthfully, like I have always had this like weird, insane belief in myself ever since I was young, right? Like if you like metaphor it to the gym, like I don't lift with anything. I don't lift with lifting shoes. I don't lift with like knee pads.
Just
nothing.
like,
no neck, nothing. And like I don't take supplements. I don't like nothing, right? And it's because like I have tried all of that and shit before, but like I feel like the way that I have fun is like testing myself. So I just do everything to the best of like my ability, you know? And like, I don't know. I have never really feared like that aspect of like, I guess like getting hurt or whatever. Like in my mind, I've always been like, if I can get myself in, I can get myself out.
Yeah.
When I was younger, dealing with my parents, lying to them to be able to do things, all these different shit. If I can get myself there, I can get myself back home, and they would never have to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like this weird, insane belief that I can do anything and everything.
Yeah. No,
like
it's how I feel too. Like it's like this insane belief. Like, you know what? Whatever like you said, like whatever I get into myself into, I can get myself out of. You know, I was actually reading a book that is called The Power of I Am, which I'm really loving because when I first began to read it, I didn't realize that my I ams and what follows weren't really that great. You know, like we're talking that was like 4 months ago or something I began to read. I'm still not even done with it. But I'm just taking my time with it, and I feel like anytime I take a break and then I come back to the book, it's just like falls into place with what I'm going through in this exact moment. And I'm like, oh wow. So it was cool that I waited a little bit to like get back to this page.
Yeah.
So the power of I am, like just like understanding what am I saying daily.
Yeah.
That's been helping me a lot to just kind of like catch myself in my day-to-day, because I feel like it's really day-to-day.
Yeah.
I was always thinking about the future or the past, but lately I've just been understanding more about like it's here today, like right now, you and I talking. I'm not thinking about later, like it's here.
Literally, sometimes it's hour to hour, like
Literally.
moment to moment. Like I don't have time to think about like, oh well, before I feel like in my mind I wanted to be this like prepared, like you know, like person where I love how I'm doing this, and like the listeners are supposed to know like on air. But like I was always very like this picture perfect, like this is how I am, routine, this all discipline, all of that shit, right? And then I learned that like I actually don't enjoy that, and that shit stresses the fuck out of me. Like I wanted to be this planner gal. I've bought 7 different planners and wasted them all. Like they all have like one thing written in there because I just pick it up and I don't feel like it. And it's because I keep trying to apply myself to be, I can hear that on the thing, sorry. But I keep trying to apply myself to be this picture, like this version that like, it's not me at all. I'm ADHD as fuck, okay? Like I am unorganized. I run shit like through like my head, and I've locked down a routine to keep everything in my head. You know what I'm saying? But I keep forcing myself to be another way.
I feel like that's the thing. Like I feel like there's so much information out there telling us what to do, what a productive day is, what is the best way to attract money into your life, and this and that, and the rituals and all this stuff. And I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
For me, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, whatever works for you doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, sure, you can share it, but I feel like a lot of people do try to like push it on other people. And
because
I
it's
think
how they make money sometimes.
But I'm gonna tell you something also. Like, if you really have nothing going on for yourself and you're looking and searching for answers, you could fall into doing that exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that's if you stand for nothing, you stand for everything.
Yeah.
That's what happens, and you will literally like try this, you will try that, you will try that, looking for something to feel or connect to something. And I mean, I think that's cool too. Like, because I mean, you know, when you try something new, like you might just find that thing that you were been looking for. But I feel like a lot of people don't have that self-reflection of like I don't know, that self-reflection of like, is this really gonna benefit me?
Yeah, or is this who I am? Like,
it's you know, like they don't have that. Like I've seen that, and I see the people that put it out there. I'm just like,
I know.
Like, I could care less about this.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't. I feel like it maybe at one point, maybe like 2 years ago, that kind of like content would have been like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna try that because I had no personality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think the closer you get to like you figuring out what's for you,
who you
understanding you, and just going for it, that's when you begin to like, I don't know, make sense about it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
Does it? I don't know.
Absolutely. I feel that my preferred way to consume content and who I'm consuming it from are people that are just giving out facts. I enjoy facts because if I can learn the facts, then I can apply it to myself. And when I try to teach things or when I try to pass information on, or even when I talk about like my own like growth and stuff, even when I talk on this podcast, I hope that I never make it sound like you should do this, but I always try to just say, hey, this is how I found that has worked. And also, these are the other ways that I know from other people and whatever. You can take it and you can do whatever you want with it. Take what you like and drop what you don't like. But like, I enjoy like that the most because I feel like that's the most genuine. You know, like you're not pushing me to do something, you're not selling it and whatever. I feel like my journey of self-care and like learning myself and self-growth and all of this shit, it's very similar to like my workout journey. So when I was little and when I was like a little 13-year-old searching the internet, I did anything and everything, every diet, every trend, every workout. I heard myself, my whole entire body is like,
what do you think that was?
Because I had nothing. And so I was just learning and consuming, right? And it was so easy to fall into the traps of, well, I think that it was because I lacked awareness. So I lacked the ability to really see the work behind closed door versus what's being put out. Exactly.
They were sold.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to.
Exactly. Yeah. And I was just, I don't know if naive is the word, but I was just too, you know, and I just didn't see it through. And I feel like as I continue to work out and as I continue to like push through like all these different pushbacks and whatever, I just kept learning that like, oh, like there's so much to this. There is so much to this that all this information is all that I can apply to myself. This is why I don't make myself a workout guru and I don't really talk to people about like working outs unless they have like specific questions. But if they have questions, they better be fucking ready to hear me give out specific ass long answers, because like I don't just say like one thing about working out because it's never just one thing. But the thing they sell you on the internet is that it's this one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I feel that I used to fall into a lot of different, not traps, but I was easier sold into the contents that are like, these are the 9 steps of this, do this, journal that, all that shit.
With that.
Yeah, and then I apply it to myself, and then I'm like, what the fuck? But that's why, like, with my like journaling, I never, for any habits that I do that I talk about, I never make it to be like, this is a forever thing, because I don't do it forever. Bitch, I just bought a fucking journal because I haven't journaled in like 2 years. And it's like still sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna choose the perfect day to do this.
Yes,
because I'm gonna feel it.
No, that's the thing. Like, we changed so much. Like, I used to be all about journaling, and I journaled for like a year and a half.
Exactly, because that's what you needed in that time.
That's what I needed in that time, and then I changed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's no perfect steps to anything, and I feel like we're gonna change, and that's a good thing.
Exactly.
Like for me now, it's like instead of writing, like now. The thought of writing for me, oh God, don't even like tell me you have to go and write something.
Oh my
God.
Not.
Because I went through that phase already.
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe I'm just not there right now, but maybe in the future, maybe I'll pick it up again.
Exactly.
But now it's like, I like the more just showing you, you know, with like my actions or like talking about it. Like, you know, this is like really nice for me. Like I like talking more than writing, because I feel like when I talk about it, I just spoke it out, you know, and it's out.
You get it out of your body.
I get it out of my body. It's just completely different, and I feel like when you hear yourself talk and someone else hears you talk, you know, like see where it goes.
It's a connection thing, because I feel that writing is more of an introspection process. Writing is more of like a journey with yourself. Writing is having a conversation with yourself and your own brain. Writing is a way to get it out of your body, but it's not like verbal is different. Yeah, verbal is way different.
It's way different.
Yeah, and but also like verbally saying it out loud, you hear people's tone, you hear your own tone, you hear like, you know, like intention and all of these different things behind what you're saying. Like I found that even though I am extremely introvert right now, like I feel that my excuse to connect with people that I want to connect with is like, hey, do you want to come on my podcast? Do you want to come and talk for like an hour? And then be internet friends?
I think it's also, honestly, like, the thing that I love about podcasting is like you get to give like the long version and like the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
The long answer. Like
exactly.
that's like what I love. I love the backstory behind it because like you were talking like us being naive growing up, like giving into all these diets and all these things and not knowing the actual process of it. I feel like knowing the long answer, like I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I love the behind the scenes part of like who you are and what got you to that decision. Like I love that. That's why I love podcasting. I've been listening to podcasts. That's honestly, my husband was the one that got me into it. I always heard about it, but I never like made the effort to like click on the app that already came with the phone. Like
no, it's a lot of people's common experience. I was the same way until I got into podcasts.
And then I don't know. I have a huge appreciation for it because like you're creating something like with your words, like you're practicing your voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Which each podcast, for example, that you make, like you get closer to like your vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Something sparks, and then you get to do it again. And then you do it again.
I don't even want people to listen to like the first few episodes. I'm like, I don't even know how I sound from that. Like, I just know that I got better.
But so listen to the reason. You also begin to appreciate your voice more.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, like this is what I was doing back then. Like, look at me now.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome. Like, that's what you do with like, I think it's such a beautiful thing that you
growth,
can
like see your own growth.
See your own growth, but like with documentation.
Yes.
That is a beautiful thing that you're doing for yourself. Like, that is a beautiful thing. Like you can always go back to this podcast and like think about where you were at.
Exactly.
I feel like that's a beautiful thing. Like I don't know, I just love that. I love that.
Yeah, I love it too. I feel like I struggled a lot finding my form of art throughout my life. I've dabbled into like everything. I sing, I used to dance, I used to do all of these different things. And in my mind, the only thing I ever wanted to be was an entertainer. I don't know why, but I just always wanted to be an entertainer. I think it's because I love art so much, like all different forms of art. I used to draw, I would write songs and music and whatever shit. And then like eventually, I was like, oh, maybe I can write. And then I started writing poetry, I started writing songs. And then I was like, oh, I actually am really eloquent with the way that I talk and the way that I say things and the way that I put things into perspectives and the way that I like translate like thoughts and feelings and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and I love that you have that self-belief about you because for me, sometimes it takes me a very long time to put my thoughts together. Like
well, all I've ever done is be with my thoughts. So
me too. But sometimes like I want it to make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh wow, like it takes me a long time to like get to the point or something. But it's like I don't mind that anymore because the more I put myself out there and I get the practice of it, the better I get.
Yeah.
So like I like these opportunities because I'm like, all right, like I talk to myself a lot.
Yeah.
I talk to myself on social media. I sometimes like the message comes out right away. Sometimes like I'm trying to figure out what the actual message is. Put all my thoughts together.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is also nice because it's improvised. It's in the moment. I mean, I need those moments too.
Yeah.
Because I love this art. This is an art.
Yeah.
It really is.
Absolutely.
So, I really enjoy it.
Yay! I'm so glad you like it. I'm very grateful that you came and like you were very vulnerable and like I think a lot of people can relate to like the conversation today. And I want to ask you what kind of jump rope you use because I want to buy one and I want to get back into it because I need to do calves. I make myself
It's a great way to get a calf. I don't ever do
know.
calves. Like my husband always, I see him like going with the calf machine.
Oh my god, you guys have the funniest fucking video. I think it was like, it's on your Instagram and it's like when you got onto the leg machine with him because it's like taken at the gym. That's the funniest
like, hey,
shit
can we
ever.
just like go in between sets?
That's so
sure.
funny. That's so wild that you are married also, bitch. I feel like we're in like the time where most of our friends are getting married, having kids. All of them are having like families.
Everybody's having kids.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's getting pregnant. I'm like,
I know. Do you want kids?
Yes.
Like in your future?
Yeah, I do, but I think.
Oh, I think you'd be
4
an
years
awesome
from
mom.
now. 3 or 4 years.
Hell yeah.
I have a dog. That's enough.
Aww.
That's enough for me. That's what I need right now. He's like a kid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's like a kid.
Hell yeah. They're like full care.
Bro, like he's just getting creative with anything. Now he gets on the counter and likes to bite everything and destroy it.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, he bit my keys.
Oh no.
My car keys.
Bitch.
I don't know how they still worked. Because they were destroyed. But I don't know, that's what he does now. You know?
You just really want it to work. You have to really want it, you know?
Yeah.
That's so funny. So we end the show.
Oh yeah, the PVC, the rope.
What? Oh yeah. Wait, you know how every time we like pause and then you pick right back up? In my mind, I'm like, how does she remember? How does she remember where she was? Because I didn't.
I just remember, I'm like, wait, she asked me a question.
Wait, okay, this is my next thing that I'm gonna work on, right? Okay, so I feel like I have really, my journey has been like getting rid of like the and like and whatever that I say, stuttering, being like nervous and whatever, and I kind of like got my voice down. Now my next step, and I think I'm more cautious of talking over people and shit now, so I listen better. So now my next step is, how do I remember things? how do I not lose my train of thoughts?
Dude, I always thought about that because there's these podcasters that literally, the guy just goes on for like 20 minutes.
I know, and then they get right back
and
into the
they get
question.
right back,
like,
and I'm like, how did you ask that question?
I know.
Like, I already forgot.
As a
about
listener,
that.
I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's a gift. It's a talent. Like it's but it's practice.
It is practice.
It's a practice. That's why I enjoy this, because it's like you get to be like, it's again being in the moment.
Exactly.
You know.
I love this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rope that you use.
The rope.
Oh shit, I remember.
Let's take care of that. There you go. So the rope that I use is the PVC rope.
Okay.
So it's speed.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
I'm always like there's the beaded rope and there's the PVC rope. I was always with the beater rope, and then I just made a whole transition into the PVC rope because I just love the speed. It allows me to just move better, like dance better, like I don't know, I just feel so much better with it. So PVC rope is the one that I use for all of my videos.
That's awesome.
And in fact, you know, I do represent a company.
Yes, I was just gonna ask, does she have a link?
Yes, I do, but
yes.
That girl's creating her own.
Yes! Oh my god, can I fucking be the first purchaser?
Yes.
Can I be the first buyer, please? Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's already in the process.
Yay! That makes me so fucking
it's
happy.
honestly like a dream come true. It really is, because you know, like I've been doing this for so long now. It's like it's my time.
It is
to put myself out there and create something of my own that I'm proud of.
Absolutely.
So that's already in the works.
I'm so happy to hear that. Do you have any tips for people that would want to get into jump rope, like how they can find it not intimidating and how they can like maybe find ways to have fun with it?
Honestly, like put on some music.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the biggest thing. Like that's what helped me and has helped many other people that I've talked to. Like put on some music and just pick like 2 or 3 skills and just run with it. I feel like sometimes we want to like progress so much.
Yeah.
But it's like I realized that it's really just about the repetition and getting it down, like the fundamentals, like 3 tricks. I talk to people all the time. I only know 3 tricks. Did you master them? No? Then there you go. Then what makes you want to progress even more? Yeah. Because in those 3 things, you're never gonna excel at if you don't practice them. So it's like that's what helped me. Like I knew 3 tricks, and I did them again and again and again to different music. But I enjoy the process. It's mirroring the process rather than the result. Yeah. Ooh, that's really good advice. So yeah, but then and also like if you ever see somebody that you inspire, like ask the questions. Reach out to that person. Like that's what I've always appreciated about like myself and other people. Like when I first started growing, like not growing, like learning how to jump rope, I guess growth. I began to ask questions, people that knew better. Like, hey, like how do you do this? And then there's some people that are gonna help you out. But it's like reaching out to other people is also how you learn. Yeah. You know, like knowing that you can ask those questions and not feel like you're a bother. Yeah. Or something. Like, no, never assume, always ask and you will always like you will take yourself a long way. That's what I did, and that's what people are doing with me now.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing, like that I even get to do that. I'm teaching now and teaching online.
Yeah.
So it's
ooh, don't you have classes here in studios?
yes.
Yes.
So it's really fun that that I'm able to do this, share with other people, and I like the online part too because other people from everywhere in the world, from like London, the UK, the fucking Panama, esto, like everybody from everywhere in the world, like they can just tune in. I love that. Like I love the fact that I could just bring in people from anywhere. It's really cool. So yeah, always ask the questions and just have fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Like
I feel like that's the whole point.
That's it. Like,
yeah.
That's it.
Create to create, I feel like
it's
just like the entire point. No matter what it is, like at all. I love painting. Am I good at it? No. Do I know what the fuck I'm doing? No, but I love it. Like I just do it, you know? And then I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like shit? Cool. And even when it looks like shit, I'm like, did I have fun doing it? Yeah, because I just play with brushes.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point.
It's creativity. You know? We're creative humans. And it's like we need to just allow ourselves to just like do it rather than like overthinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, before doing it or preparing ourselves to do something.
Yeah. And also you don't have to be amazing at everything.
No.
You literally don't have to be amazing
don't
at
have
everything.
to be amazing at everything.
I've
learned that the hard way.
I fuck up 75% of the pies that I make. I fuck up so many things that I bake, bitch, but do I keep baking? Yes. Because it doesn't matter like how it tastes. Like I just like doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
It's a doing part.
Yeah. Exactly. So we end the show with a segment called Quit That Shit.
Okay.
And quit that shit is when we just say something that we're trying to quit that's no longer serving us, something that we're trying to let go of, and by saying it out loud, we're keeping each other accountable and we're also keeping ourselves accountable.
Okay.
So you can take a moment to think about what you want to quit.
Okay.
But so my quit that shit for this week, for this week, my quit that shit is gonna be dehydration. Okay. My skin, whenever I'm popping this shit 3 times a day, girl, you know I'm dehydrated. I'm like, what is going on up there? Yesterday, I swear to God, I was like dying. And it's all because I've been like so like depressed, right? So then I went to work and worked a double, knowing that I didn't bring water and knowing I didn't bring food, but just went through the whole day anyways.
Oh my God.
So then I did my work day yesterday and I was like, literally I drank half a gallon of water and it wasn't enough because I was dehydrated for like 3 days. And then literally I went to sleep last night and I was like, why am I so thirsty? The entire time I was like, why am I so thirsty right now? And I need to be just a little bit like better. And so I fucking bought I've always spent just money on gallons of water because in high school I drank a gallon a day. And so I would just carry a gallon a day. And I got into a habit of just buying gallons of water. I just invested in those big ass 5 gallon Zephyr Hill shit. Yeah. And I bought 2 of those things. So yeah, I'm on my shit. So I'm quitting dehydration, baby. I always tell you guys to stay hydrated. So I'm gonna do the same. My only form of hydration, like so far, like lately, has been my tears, like crying.
Oh my God, that makes you more dehydrated.
I know, right? Oh my God, that's probably why. I'm like, why am I so?
It's a combination of both.
I know. I'm like, why am I so tired? Why am I so thirsty?
Oh my God.
What are you quitting?
Yeah. So, the thing that I'm quitting this week. This Sunday, which I love.
Also, you can quit the same shit week and over.
I really think
until you quit it.
Until you quit it.
You don't have to, and that's the whole point is that you don't have to like start a new one every week. I continuously, I'm still on my dairy journey, and I said that a month ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you really could be just say it, quitting it.
Exactly.
Like, at some point, it will just click.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. So let's say what you're working on right now.
So what I'm working on, what I'm actually quitting this week is just telling myself that I shouldn't do something because I could only do it for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah. I have a habit of doing that.
That's it.
Especially with workout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, oh, I work at 9:45.
Mm-hmm.
I only got like 25 minutes to jump rope. Then do it.
Yeah, 25 is still a lot.
25 minutes. It's kind of a lot.
It is a lot.
This week, I mean, it went by fast. But like, I'm like, but did I feel better after?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And I'm not cranky at the end of the day because I didn't jump rope.
Yeah.
You know, I love what it does for me. So it's like, don't underestimate what you can do in 30 minutes.
Microdosing jump rope.
I know a little bit. No, but really, in anything. Like anything. Like, don't underestimate what 30 minutes could do.
Absolutely.
What 25 minutes could do of your time.
A 10-minute walk.
10 minutes. You know, like, don't underestimate it. So
Yeah.
that's my thing to quit.
Yes!
Don't underestimate it.
We love it. We love it.
Is that what we do?
Yeah. This is my little hand clap. This is what so it's really funny. So I was watching this fucking drag competition show, and this is what drag queens does as a clap. And so I just started doing it, but it's really funny. I just didn't tell anybody what it is. I just started going up to everyone and be like, in the corner at work, me locking eyes with my coworkers, like, and we're literally fucking weeded as fuck. We're both like dying, like, we're both like, can you run my drinks? No? Okay.
Can you run my drinks? Can you take that order?
That's so funny, but yeah, this is my little hand clap.
I like it. Cute.
But thank you so much for
you
your time, and thank you so much for like this conversation. This was very refreshing to me too. And I was like, every time I think that I'm like overwhelmed, I get so much joy from like the feeling I get now. But I'm pretty sure it caught everything. Like up until we caught all the important stuff. So we're just gonna close out on the audio with like plugging your stuff. So so if you guys are from Orlando, or you are locally in Orlando or around the area, and you wanted to take classes and stuff, or if you are on the internet and you want resources, you can find Natalia at all of her resources right here. So let us know where the people can find you.
At Natalia Alejandra.
Mm-hmm.
So Natalia, then another A, Alejandra. I don't know how to spell it. ALEJ. Bro, I cannot. Like, people ask me, how do you spell your name? I'm like, Natala. Okay.
Oh my god. I know. Thank God my name is so simple.
No, it's very simple.
When I have to actually start spelling things out loud, I'm like, I am dyslexic.
Bro,
and autistic.
yes,
like,
it takes a minute. It takes a minute.
Fuck.
Like, I don't every day spell Alejandra. You know, maybe you with Rodriguez. I got you with that one.
Wait, is Alejandra your husband's name?
No, that is my middle name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so Natalia Alejandra.
Natalia Alejandra.
Awesome. Yeah. And keep up with her so that you can find the link when she drops for those jump ropes, baby.
Heck yeah.
I'm so excited. All right, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. You guys can find Mental Chillness at mentalchillness.podcast on Instagram, Mental Chillness 11 on TikTok, Mental Chillness on YouTube.